Alright, I'm back. And more college football on the way. I like college football. And I like Texas. And speaking of Texas, I don't have my jersey on. And I'll tell you why. I think Texas is the only team in the Big 12 that could beat Oklahoma this year if they play a clean game, if they play penalty free, if they're well coached, and if they have no injuries. But that's not going to happen. As you've seen in my video about a month ago, I talked about how when it comes to the SEC, I think Oklahoma could adjust just fine. I think Texas would struggle. Speaking of the SEC, this is what this is about. They have to play Arkansas at Arkansas. You know, usually I like to go with the team that's supposed to win. I think Texas is the superior team out of the two. I don't think their road game will be much of a factor, but the problem is Texas has a new coach with Sark. I'm not convinced with Sark as a head coach. I think he's a decent offensive coordinator, but I'm not convinced of him as a head coach. You lost Sam Ehlinger, and again, you know, Arkansas is coming off a pretty okay season to their standards. I think they won 2-3 games. They beat a ranked Mississippi State, who at the time beat a top 10 LSU to start their season, so that's a big plus under their resume. They kept it tough with Georgia, even though they got blown out at the end. So they're going to show up to this game. And Texas has to play them there. I think Texas is going to get upset in this game. I really do. I think Arkansas is going to find a way to play a perfect game. Texas is going to play really crappy the first half. I think Arkansas is going to be up like 20-30 in the first half because they'll play so well. They'll capitalize on turnovers. And then not because, you know, and we've seen this happen so many times, you know. For example, last year, Florida State beat North Carolina. Was Florida State the better team? Nowhere. Offensively, defensively, special teams, they couldn't match it with North Carolina. They played again that year, you know. But they played so well the first half. They took advantage of the turnovers, and they managed a whole lot to win. Well, I think you're going to see something like that with Arkansas and Texas. And look, I'm a Texas fan. I like the Longhorns, but I'm not wearing the jersey simply because it means I'm not picking Texas to win this game. That's just my opinion. I think Arkansas is going to win this game 34-31. I think they'll be up big. You might see them get shut out in the second half. You'll see Texas come back and score, figure themselves out. But again, what worries me, that's Sark's first year there. So they're still going to be learning his system. You know he's not going to run the same play as Coach Herman did. You know, and again, this is early in the season. Now, if this game was later in the year, I'd probably pick Texas. But again, new coach, you're on the road. Arkansas is riding off momentum from last season because they played so well. Well, better than what they normally play. Not really so well, you know what I mean. And they're only looking for more, you know. So I got to go with the Razorbacks. Sorry, Texas. I didn't mean to make y'all mad. I'm being serious. I'm a Texas fan. And I hate picking that, but it's just a funny feeling about that game. Sometimes the best team doesn't always win. And I think this is one of those games.